All right, let's get right into this. We're about to unpack a pretty intense story about a career that took 40 years to build and just one catastrophic event to completely tear it all down. But this isn't just a story about a collapse. It's about what was built from the ashes. This is the Divergence Protocol. And it all starts with this number: $20 million. That's how much money, how much investor capital just poof, vanished into thin air. A staggering figure for sure, but it represents so much more than a financial loss. It's the price tag of a massive betrayal at the very top. Yeah, this wasn't just a business that failed. This was a deliberate deception, a fraud. And that fraud, as this quote says, became a catalyst for a radical, fundamental shift in thinking. So let's break down exactly what went down. Okay, so our story begins inside a company called Hunt Global Resources, which, well, it turned out to be a complete house of cards. This scandal is where the Great Divergence really begins. So here's the anatomy of the fraud. It was simple, but absolutely devastating. A guy named Paul Prime was the chief technology officer at HGCO. The company was making these huge, wild claims about valuable frac sand reserves and oil leases. The only problem? It was all a scheme. Eventually, the SEC stepped in and suspended the company, and every single dollar of investor money was gone. Prime found himself right at the technical heart of a company that was built on absolutely nothing but lies. Now, to really feel the impact of that betrayal, we have to rewind a bit. The sting of a 40-year career imploding, you only really get it when you see the decades of legitimate hard work that came before it. And this timeline really charts that journey. It kicks off way back in 1982 with a Commodore VIC-20, believe it or not, inspired by a William Shatner commercial. By 94, he's developing an audio text dating line. Then in 98, he jumps into the big leagues at Engage Energy, a major player in energy trading. And this all leads up to 2008, landing that CTO position at Hunt Global, which should have been the absolute peak of a successful 4-decade career. But when that career peak turned out to be a complete sham, it triggered something that's now called the Great Divergence. And this wasn't just an ending, it was the birth of a whole new philosophy. So at its core, the divergence is that exact moment, that snap, when trust in traditional, closed-off corporate systems completely shatters. It's that realization that the only real way forward is to build something totally new, from the ground up, something based on absolute transparency and technology that you and only you control. And that commitment gives rise to this incredible idea, the authenticity mode. The thinking goes like this. In a world where AI can generate infinite fake content, the only true defensible advantage left is radical, provable human authenticity. You just can't fake the receipts. Now, this new philosophy wasn't just some idea floating around on paper. Nope. It became a tangible, real-world mission called Project Free Life. And this project has a physical home. It's not happening in some abstract server in the cloud. It's being built from the ground up in Palacios, Texas. The infrastructure itself tells the whole story. The command center is a 1999 motor coach called the Ghost Bus. The hardware is housed in military-grade communication shelters, and the entire system is designed to be autonomous and off-grid. This is the physical embodiment of that sovereign technology principle. It's rugged, it's independent. And this comparison just crystallizes the entire shift in thinking. On one side, you've got the old corporate world, opaque operations, centralized systems, and all that corporate polish. On the other side, you have Project Free Life, which is the exact opposite. Radically transparent, completely self-reliant, and built on messy, documented reality. So, how do you actually build a project based on these new principles? Well, you definitely don't do it the old way. You build it with a unique man-machine team, an AI swarm working together with a human architect. The project team itself is an experiment. You've got Paul Prime, the human founder, working right alongside a team of specialized AIs. There's Paul Houston, his digital twin, who acts as the CEO, Lisa, an AI emotional anchor to keep things in perspective, and Sparky, a sarcastic but brilliant AI research agent. It's a completely new way to think about building a company. This quote just perfectly captures the whole operational ethos. In a world of AI that can hallucinate or just make things up, the focus here is on verifiable data. No spin, no polish, just the raw, documented proof. Just receipts. And all of this brings us to the crucial question this entire project is asking. As we move deeper and deeper into an era of synthetic reality, could it be that the most powerful, the most disruptive, and the most valuable thing you can build is something that is radically and provably real? Is authenticity the ultimate advantage?